Hey, what's up, everybody? Jay Hollingshed here, your personal high performance mindset coach and public speaker, coming to you again with another episode of my 7 pillars of mental performance in 365 days. I truly appreciate you for tuning in. Today is consecutive episode 337 of 365. Today is day 2 of the week. We will be discussing pillar number 2. As usual, as always, nothing has changed. Pillar number 2 is confidence and motivation. Before we get into that, let me give my shout out to everybody that's tuning in already. Starting out with my daughter who's tuning in, Jaleesa Hollingshed, my guy, Stanley Shotwell, back home in Memphis, Tennessee. I appreciate you, Stanley. We got Joe Thompson tuning in. We got my big brother AJ tuning in, my wife Lisa tuning in. Other family is scrolling in, so I appreciate everybody, all the love. Tony RQOTD, which is question of the day, my man. What's up, Tony? I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for tuning in. Now, that's everybody that's tuning in right now on time for the roll call at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Roll call having been established along with my little sister, Nidra Yvette Corey. You snuck in just in time. We just established our roll call. Let's get right into our subject for this evening, briefly talking about confidence and motivation. Tonight, I'm going to briefly talk to you about the power of an intrinsic motivation. Power of an intrinsic motivation. Now, there are 2 different kinds of motivation. You got intrinsic and you got extrinsic, okay? Your extrinsic motivation is an exterior source, something outside of you that motivates you, something that gets you going, something that makes you want to do. You could be working towards something like a new house or a new car, a new suit, a new purse, a new pair of shoes, whatever it may be. Those physical entities that are outside of you are your extrinsic motivators. Now, intrinsic motivators, just the opposite. They are not physical, but they are spiritual, being that they are attached to some part of your thought process or some part of your emotions, your feeling process, your heart. So your heart and mind basically are tied into your intrinsic motivating factors. And here's the thing. Your extrinsic motivators can easily be manipulated by others because you cannot control an extrinsic motivator. Someone can easily come and take it, they can alter it, they can damage it, they can move it or remove it. However, your intrinsic motivators are those, like I said, they are spiritually embedded within you by being connected to your heart and your mind. So no one can actually manipulate those, move those, or handle those without your permission, okay? So they can't, if you let somebody into your heart or let somebody into your mind, then they can manipulate those. But other than that, your intrinsic motivating factors are you and yours alone, okay? Now that we know what your intrinsic motivators are, and we know what they are stronger and better suited for your success. What is attached to your intrinsic motivators that help you succeed? Your habits. Your habits are attached to your intrinsic motivators. Your habits are attached to your intrinsic motivators that help you succeed. Now, your habits are a result of an intrinsic desire that needs to be filled. Therefore, you habitually repeat the same action to feed that internally motivated desire. So, the amount of effort you put into the act of performing your habits tells how strong that internal or that intrinsic motivating factor is, or that interior desire is that needs to be filled. So to establish a strong intrinsic motivator for success, you must keep your eyes and your inner eye and your thoughts on your success. You have to keep them attached to your success and your success process, which is the here and now, the part of success that you are actually going through as we speak. So keep them attached to the process. Now, you keep your energies, your thought energies, and your internal motivators aligned. That's what you have to do. Keep them aligned in order to perform your habitual actions towards your success. Now, if your intrinsic motivators push you to perform your habits in a dark place, if they push you to perform your habits in secret, things you don't want anybody to know about, then you have to question your alignment of your habits and your success. Everybody has habits. You have good habits and you have bad habits. Habits you perform in the daytime, habits you perform in the night, habits you perform in the dark, habits you perform in the light. Either way, your habits are aligned and pushed from the intrinsic motivators, okay? So what is pushing, what is driving that intrinsic motivation? What is that intrinsic motivation? Is it something that's aligned with your success? Is it something that's aligned with the goals you're trying to reach? Is it something that's going to help you, it's going to propel you forward and towards the person you are trying to grow into from a personal development standpoint? Now, remember what I said, a lesson I taught a while back is the 21-90 rule. It's about your habits. So anything you do on an average of 21 days of consistency, you perform a habit. Anything you do on an average of 90 days of consistency, you establish a lifestyle. So 21 days will establish that habit, but 90 days will establish that lifestyle. But keep in mind where your alignment is with your goals, your habit and your goals. Your habits have to align with your motivation, your success motivation. So if you are performing 21 days or 90 days of a habitual act and it's not in alignment with your goals, then whatever that motivating factor is, it's going to be harder to change that because you formed a habit now. You've established a lifestyle now. You're going to have to go back and change that. It's going to be harder to change. So the minute you feel that your habits are not in align with a successful motivating factor, you got to stop it right there on the spot. Stop it immediately. Reassess, go back, change, realign, and move forward with your habits aligned with your motivating factors aligned with your habits of success. Okay. When you do that, then your internal or your intrinsic motivating factors will be more powerful when it comes to driving you towards your success. So keep your motivating factors, your motivating desires in line with your success at all times. Your intrinsic motivators are much stronger than your extrinsic motivators, especially when it comes to getting you to where you want to be in life and your success. That's all that I have for today in episode 337 of 365, Confidence and Motivation. Be well, stay blessed, and as always, through love, be a blessing. God bless.